cisgender.
You've restarted,
let me
fair
just
enough.
stop you so you don't waste a line of questioning. I'm just giving you...
I love the mansplaining.
Your
Enjoying it.
description of the Trump administration, you wrote this piece in Teen Vogue, which is issue right now.
Why won't it stop? Quick disclaimer, I'm aware of how one-sided the footage I just showed was, and it's like 3 a.m., and I guess that just also goes to show how hard it is to find good media representations of social justice warriors. This whole entire equality war, if you must, has been going on for quite a while, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. I mean, progress on any side isn't really being made. It's just stagnating so hard. And it's gotten to the point that unless you're willing to get into the fight and fully, immerse yourself, it's too dangerous to say anything. Within this, there are two sides that I really consider. There's the social justice warriors, and then there's these guys. And truthfully, I come from this side. And whether or not one side is fully Republican or the other is Democrat, I don't know. So I'm going to ignore that aspect. Now, the position I take in most arguments is in the middle, really. It sounds like a cop-out, but from what I've noticed is that all this conflict seems to be just a large amount of misunderstandings and whatnot, and so I feel like I'm getting a certain grasp. I come from this side, but I can understand this side sort of. Let's be a bridge. Let's Avatar style this. Let's be a freaking bridge between worlds and whatnot. Well, baby steps first, please. Now, what, if you may ask, is my credibility, if any at all? Well, a thing that I can say that a lot of people from my side can't really say. I'm in a gender studies class. Let's start with the midterm exam. I got it right here. Things that okay, number 1, patriarchy. I got this one right. The definition of patriarchy: a social structure and set of beliefs and practices that favor men and install them in positions of authority across institutions. Now, a thing that my professor tried to strike home very clearly is that patriarchy does not mean men. It does not equal the word men. And from this definition here, I can see why I guess a lot of people would think otherwise. Personally, I don't really know exactly. From what I gather, it's not men. It's from what I gather, it's not. Doesn't mean men, but it means putting men in power. So it means something different, but jogging and running. Number 2, cisgender. I got this one right. Congruence between gender assigned at birth and gender identity. So this means that if your current perceived gender or whatever is still the same since you were born. So that's simple. I don't think that's a problem. Okay, first wave feminism. Okay. Where's that? Occurring in the late 1800s to early 1900s and focusing on suffrage and equal citizenship. Okay, alright, okay. Basic stuff. Wait, that's good though, that's easy. You can't screw that, that's history. There's no opinion on that. Second wave feminism. Occurring in the 1970s to 80s and focusing on reproductive rights, workplace equality, violence against women, title, that's a Roman numeral, and childcare. Cool. Okay. Third wave feminism, occurring in the 1990s and focusing on intersectionality, LGBTQ rights, sexual harassment, racial injustice, and political representations. Alright. Sure. I don't really have any opinions of that. That's history. I don't know. Number 6 on here is transgender. I got this one wrong. I actually got it mixed up with the one right below it, which is intersex. Okay. A variety of conditions in which a person is born with reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't fit the typical definitions of male and female. This is actually intersex. Okay. Now, what is actually transgender? Lack of congruence between gender assigned at birth and gender identity. Okay, that does make more sense. Gender identity, a person's gendered sense of self. That's simple. That's very simple. Can't get that one wrong. Gender expression, how a person chooses to use dress, grooming, cosmetics, voice, posture, arrangement of limbs, and other aspects of movement and attire to convey their gender. Okay, well, you know, a dog barks. It's a dog. Title. IX. The 1972 education law barring gender-based discrimination in school activities for all institutions receiving federal funding. Okay, here's a link right here if you want to go look at that. I don't really care. I mean, maybe I should. I'm not a fighter. This is not my war. It better not become my war. Or, goodbye YouTube. Transphobia. Oof, man, what is this one? This one's L. Discrimination against and aversion to people whose gender identities, appearances, or behaviors deviate from societal norms. Alright, that sounds about right. Racism, except specifically towards people who they have weird gender. Their gender it's magical. I don't know, help me, please. I don't want to do this. Number 12, objectification. That's easy. I don't even need to look at that. That's just when you dehumanize somebody, like you treat them like an object, like you don't treat them like a person. That's what is actually the definition? The process of reducing a human being to its part. Yeah. Okay, it's simple. That's slavery does that. Gender binary. Okay, the idea that only 2 genders exist and that those genders are generally opposites. Okay, here's a thing. Okay, a thing that I see often on the internet, and I don't know what else to say. Saying the internet just reminds you of a Minecraft kid. Yeah. The common meme where, that one person says, oh, there's 5 trillion genders.
76 genders, even though there are probably more like millions of genders.
Or, that one medieval knight.
Are you retarded?
But, okay, a big deal that I think, I didn't know this, before I got into this class, it's a simple matter of just vocabulary mistake, like that's all that is, apparently, so, the noun, or is it an adjective? The word sex, means one's biological identification in the realm of male or female. It's your junk, okay? That's what that means. It's what you got down there, and your chromosomes, your XYs, your friggin' I don't know, that biz stuff that I stay away from because it's spoopy. I'm just no boy. I don't do that kind of stuff. Please stay away. I don't need those cooties. I got a YouTube channel I gotta take care of. So yeah, and gender, that word just means okay, so sex is biological, gender is what you feel. Let's see how I explain this. Wow, sex is biological. Gender is sort of like sex, except it's in your brain. Gender is the way you perceive yourself. It's hard to explain this. That's okay. So sex is biological. Two sexes. Frankly, I prefer the word gender and sex being the same thing. I would prefer if they made like a new word, but honestly, that would probably also cause problems. So no one's gonna win. Do you see? No one wins this. How do we get through this? It's not gonna work. Gender is the way someone sees herself in that manner. I don't know how many genders are. I don't understand how you can have a million genders. Like the way you see yourself. Like I feel like the word gender to me personally just means the way how masculine or feminine someone is. If there's something in the middle, I think that's just being an alien. I don't know. Aliens are cool. iDubbbz is an alien. I like iDubbbz. You probably don't like iDubbbz if you're on the, this side. Or you might like iDubbbz if you're on this side. Either way, aliens are bad. Okay, let's drop the alien thing. Yeah, so gender is just, I guess, that. It's hard to put down. And, due to facts and logic and reason, it's better if you have, you have a defined definition, but it's hard, man. Come on.